Hi guys, welcome to Tea Time, where we bring you the very best in the world of entertainment. This morning, I'm really excited as we're going to be chatting to a major Nollywood actress and singer. Find out who that is later on in the program, but first, let's do away with the regular introductions. I'm Tokumbo Taiwo, here with my regular co-anchors, the forever radiant and glowing Elsie Godwin, and the forever promoting all good causes, Ife Oshunkeye.
What's up?
What's up? So,
Tokumbo had a good night.
Yeah.
I think you're pleased with your introduction.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so what's new? What's hot? What's cool?
Okay,
I saw Yemi
Okay.
giving some people some form of advice. She said if you need to stop trying to expand your backside when you're posting your pictures on Instagram or anywhere.
Wow.
Yeah, because we've seen a lot of Photoshop.
You know, and then you see them in person and you're wondering what happened. Yeah, so she's just trying to let them know that just flaunt our flat ass the way it is. Yeah.
Ife, how about you? Did you find anything?
Oh, no. There are a lot of exciting stuff we're going to be talking about with a special person.
Okay.
Somebody
so you're saving
dear
it
to my heart.
So you're saving it for later?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It's that time where we move on to the main business of the day. And as mentioned earlier, we do have a studio guest. And it's time to introduce her. She's a Nigerian actress and singer. She's a director and proprietress as well. And her position in the Nollywood industry is of the A-list caliber. She's acted in several Nollywood movies, including her latest production titled That Which Binds Us. She's such a high-profile celebrity. She's won Best Indigenous Actress Award, Best Crossover Act, Achievers Award of Honor, Award of Excellence, and many more. With over 42,000 followers on Twitter and with a whopping 1.3 million followers on Instagram. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce the dazzling, the delectable Nollywood dynamite, Dayo Amusa.
That was great, you know.
That was great. It feels good. Thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so I think I'll let my co-anchors do the honors. They have 1,000,001 questions they want to ask.
Okay, so let's start from the very little or not so prying part before Ife will do the prying.
Okay.
You've been doing this for more than 15 years.
Not up to really.
2007. From 2002.
2002, yeah.
2002.
So how has this journey been? And considering the fact that you put out something on Instagram recently about how women have to work double to be what they have to be in society, how has this journey been?
Well, first and foremost, I would say it's been interesting, you know, getting to meet a whole different lot of people with different opinion about things and all that. But yes, as a woman, you should be able to stand up boldly to, you know, attain what is yours.
You think it's not balanced? Do you think there's gender inequality in Nollywood?
I don't think so. I think it's an individual thing. You just have to believe in yourself, do that which is right, be at the right place at the right time.
You say that always. What does it mean for you to be at the right place at the right time? Because you've used that over and over and over again.
And my mom used to say that to me, that Dayo, in everything you do, try as much as possible to be at the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. So I think it's a motto that I grew up, you know, having different opinion about it, and I live on.
So in your experience, did you not have any challenges whatsoever? Because from the gender inequality side of things, did you find that, you know, as a woman, you got the roles as expected, or did you find as a woman that you had some difficulty because of your gender?
No. As a matter of fact, when I first joined the movie industry, I was being stereotyped because I do more of the tomboyish kind of acts, and it got to a point that I stopped getting all the scripts except it has to do with tomboy or it has to do with streets kind of a thing. And then like I said, it took a while before, you know, producers, directors can actually believe in me and say, oh, Dayo Amusa, I wish you could actually do this. But it also took me putting so much effort in my own production, you know, proving to the world that, well, if you're not seeing me, okay, don't worry.
I'm seeing myself.
Let me show you. This is it. This is Dayo. Okay, she can actually do this, and then here we are.
Okay.
Okay, so one thing that strikes me the most about you is your voice. Everybody wants to talk about movies, how you're a great actress and all of that. But what captivates me about you is your voice. And when I listen to your song, my favorite actually is Marry Me.
Okay.
And then when I listen to your songs, and I'm like, I watch your movies, and I'm like, is that the same person? So I want you to prove me wrong right here, and I want you to sing something, and let me see if all that is some studio production or this is actually the amazing voice of Dayo
putting you to
Amusa.
the test.
Yes.
Okay, let me give it to you, just like you said you loved to marry me. Marry me today, not tomorrow. Tobamu mi lole, I go follow. Baby, this your drama, kolewa. Good. Marry me today.
Where's my ring? I forgot
I think she deserves a round of applause for that. That was like
Let's marry more and singing, you know. But there's a video of you I saw where you're rapping in Yoruba. I know this is another spot, but
While she was getting the makeup
not even
done.
that. She just held her phone and she kept on going and going and going.
Well, I'm an entertainer, and I guess anything that puts me on the spot, entertaining my audience.
So are we getting a bit of rap now?
No, let's go there right now.
That's too much on the spot.
Okay.
But that was a wonderful rendition,
Yes.
by the way.
Thank
Absolutely
you.
beautiful. Wow. So, Ife, you know, are you satisfied or are you still
Of course, now I'm convinced. I know you're just an amazing actress,
All-round
and a good
entertainer.
singer,
Thank
and
you.
a great entertainer. But I really want to know, apart from being an actress and a singer, you're also into movie production. Tell us about Amazol.
Amzadol.
Amzadol, sorry. Amzadol.
Amzadol Production is my production outlet where I produce movies and music and then content that has to do with entertainment generally. And okay, we've had like 12 movies produced under Amzadol Productions. And we've had 7 singles produced as well, 3 musical video. It's just
one with Orisha Femi.
yes, one with Orisha Femi. I had one myself with Ziz, and then Marry Me. Okay, and then I made the original version itself, making 4 videos.
Yeah, making 4 videos.
Right.
And then you've been having a lot of cameo appearances from people in the industry. And one of my friends in particular, Sean Jimo. So, yeah, so you wanted to marry you and you walked in.
Don't mind the guy. What was he doing? Was he sleeping initially? Yeah? He now woke up at the time that, she was done with.
That was a great video, by the way.
Thank you.
Okay. So you're a proprietress.
Yes.
Yes, I am.
That is, for me, that's the most interesting part for me. Okay. How did you decide to go into that business? And I know you have passion for children and all that, but this is education. So what inspired that?
Well, first and foremost is the interest that I love kids. And then the business aspect of it. I like money. So
Oh,
much.
yeah.
You own a toy shop too. You own a toy shop as well, right?
Yes, having tried my hands in few things that had to do with kids, and then I realized the environment at which I was then, I realized that there wasn't, any kind of a crutch or something around there, whereby we have a whole lot of people working around, corporate organization working around that environment. So I felt it was something good that I could set up. I did my visibility studies around the area, and I was being encouraged, and I just put it up there.
All right, time for a break, but when we return, we'll be continuing in our conversation with Nigerian actress and singer Dayo Amusa. We'll be right back. It's where the big stories live. This is Plus TV Africa.
When I did it, I was full-on, hands-on on the whole project.
So how did you deal with it? All of that negativity?
I got depressed, obviously. Duh. Haven't you heard?
I've got 2 of the hottest topics currently trending on social media. If you've seen the word Senate trending on Twitter, that's because the Nigerian police force has gone Trump style. That.
I haven't shared this with anyone, but I reckon I get about like 100 people asking for help a day. That's a fact. I can prove that.
Welcome back. You're watching Tea Time right here on Plus TV Africa. Next up is a continuation of our interesting chat with actress, singer, and producer Dayo Amusa. So I think it's about time, we discuss some of the things that have actually brought you, into the major headlines recently. And one of the things that you spoke about is talking about people who live fake lifestyles, and celebrities who live fake lifestyles and stuff. So I thought, okay, now would be a good opportunity to actually hear your stance on that and why you decided that's what you feel.
First and foremost, I think I was being misquoted.
Okay.
It wasn't like I was encouraging people living fake life. I don't live fake life either.
Okay.
What I'm just saying is that in entertainment generally, or as brands or celebrities, it's showbiz.
Exactly.
And I believe you are allowed to show for the business to grow. And if that is what people assume to be fake life, then
so be it.
So be it.
All right, so I'd like clarity on this. What's the difference between living a fake life and packaging?
Okay, packaging is when you kind of brand yourself, for the audience out there, and then giving them reasons why they should, see you as their brand ambassadors, But living a fake life is when you don't have access to some certain things, and then you don't own some certain things, and then you need to make people feel you own them.
Okay. I need to ask these guys to clap for me because
That's exactly what you said.
you guys.
I'm glad you're here, Elsie, because
these guys
would have like had my head off.
They said there's a thin line between fake life and packaging, and I'm saying there are two different things.
You can package yourself and still be real.
Exactly.
Be realistic.
Yes,
Okay. My initial argument when this topic was brought up, because we actually spoke about
we spoke about it the very day that it was released
my
on,
own
on the
argument
story
was
headlines.
that, what you mean by packaging and living a fake life is different. Packaging is when, in my own understanding, I feel living a fake life is when you have 5 million naira in your account and you go and buy 4.5 million naira car just to show off and prove to your friend.
Do you agree with that?
But packaging, in my own understanding, is even if it's your best friend's car and then you're in a Lamborghini and you're driving just to push your brand, that's not a fake life.
No.
That is you packaging yourself to the standard in which people feel they should see, and they're saying no, that's fake life.
It's still not the same
Let's
thing.
Like I said earlier, it's important as an entertainer or as a celebrity or as a public figure to brand yourself.
Exactly.
Because other bigger brands would, might want to associate themselves with you. And if they are not convinced that, okay, this brand we are seeing can actually push us forward, take us from one grace to another, they wouldn't want to associate themselves with you.
Exactly.
That is different from you living a fake life. He said you having 5 million naira, then going to get something worth of 4.5 million naira is fake life. I might not totally agree with you on that because, we have different way of seeing things. We have different opinion addressing
priorities.
Things. You might feel like, wow, I want to drive a 4.5 million naira car if I am, if I have the fund. And then you have 5 million naira, you don't want to mind. This is just what I want. This is what makes me happy at this particular time. Your
and
opinion.
Then you drink Gary.
That's what they want. I want to drive a 4.5 million naira car, and at the same time, I want to drink Gary and cold water and sugar.
No.
Is that makes me?
That's totally
No.
That you cannot afford a proper meal because you have bought.
Why do you think you cannot afford?
Okay, but now
500K.
No. He has 5 million. He has it. It's different from you don't having it. He owns it. If I choose to take that entire 5 million naira to charity, would you have said I've done something
Okay,
wrong?
if I had to
Thank
go
you.
and borrow that 5 million naira to buy
Then that's the
That
fake
is the fake life.
Exactly.
That
Thank
means
you.
you don't
Maybe I
own
should have
it.
started
Okay,
with that.
let's move away from this. I want us to talk about distribution in Nollywood.
Okay.
I don't know if you follow the story of Genevieve right now. Her movie is out.
That was a major headline yesterday.
Yes, Lionheart, and she's saying the distribution company, that's FilmOne,
FilmOne and other distribution channels. Let's not limit it to FilmOne.
deliberately not wanting to show her movie. What do you think is going on in that distribution? Because we've had movies in the cinemas.
Okay.
How easy is it to get in, and do you think any platform or any distribution company can actually hold you back from being able to distribute your work out?
Sorry,
Let me,
Dayo. I wanted to add as well because I wanted clarity.
Like, what is the process to getting your movies in the cinemas? Like, what are the things you have to do prior to the time your movie is being released?
And I also wanted to add, so this is a
Okay, let her
I know,
take one after the other.
I
Hold
know.
on.
Yes, I'm sure she'll get it. Because I actually wanted your opinion on what your take is. If you're, in support of what, Genevieve is saying exactly, or if you're in support, because there are two sides to this story. The film distributors are saying their own thing, and then Genevieve is saying another thing. So I wanted to clarify, you being in the industry, who you think is actually speaking the truth? Because when we spoke about it yesterday, Ife was on this side and we were on the other side. So it would be good to actually get clarity.
But to be sure, do you know the background story of this old Genevieve and FilmOne thing? Okay, so let's break it down. Genevieve came out yesterday to say that FilmOne and other cinemas are deliberately sabotaging movie premiere at their cinemas because FilmOne also, of course, they're into movie productions, and they are saying that people have already scheduled to get their movies in their cinemas for this period, and you are 3 months behind.
Okay,
you are
sorry
late.
to cut you. But in that explanation, she also mentioned that Silverbird agreed to distribute it,
But they were
and gave a date of
FilmOne
21st.
not
Hold
to
on,
show
gave a
it.
date of 21st, and after she announced that date, something happened, and they said they are no longer showing it. So
And
she had
she
to put
believes
out.
that it's FilmOne that is sabotaging her
because
marketing.
she's releasing on Netflix January 4th and it's close to the time, and they're saying they don't have any stake in the movie. They are not, because there are people that have build their movies to be shown in the cinemas 3 months prior to the time, and she's late.
Okay.
What's your take on that?
Chineke me. Well, first and foremost, I don't think there is any platform that can actually sabotage your work, as long as you have a very good production at hand, and then you're working with the rest of people to put out your content out there. Well, I am not...
Dayo, sorry to cut in. Sorry, I'm so sorry to cut in.
Okay.
We just need to go on a quick break, so hold on to that thought. When we come back, hopefully you can explain some more. We'll have some more time then. All right, so when we return, it will be time to carry on with our Q&A with superstar actress Dayo Amusa. Don't go anywhere.
What we do not understand, we will stigmatize.
What you can see is the remaining of the tanker that exploded.
The suspect equally confessed.
A 500 naira they collect am. If you no talk, dem go beat you. Na 2,500 I dey pay.
Welcome back. It's still tea time right here on Plus TV Africa, and we're swiftly moving on in our conversation with indigenous Nollywood actress and singer Dayo Amusa. So before the break, we asked you a myriad and one questions with regards to different facets regarding the headline that has to do with Genevieve and film distribution here in Nigeria. So, and you were explaining earlier. So let me let you continue from there.
Yes, like I said earlier, that I don't think any distributing outlet would want to sabotage any good movie out there. I don't think so. And secondly, well, probably maybe because of the, it's festive period, whereby we have a whole lot of movies, both foreign movies and then local movies here coming up in cinemas. Maybe, just maybe, I really can't say because I'm not part of the, the team, and I wouldn't know what is really going on in there. But maybe the time frame isn't just right. For me, I think probably maybe the time frame isn't just right.
So distribution and trying to distribute your movie in the cinema in Nollywood right now, there is no challenges whatsoever.
No, there isn't any platform whereby you don't have to get challenges. Even for the cinemas that we're talking about, it's always good as producers too, that when you're about putting out your movies, that you kind of give it a time frame, so that you get to do the things you need to do at the right time. You wouldn't have to get disappointed and all that. Everything has, procedures, has process and all. And I think if you should follow the procedures, the due process, everything will be fine.
All right. Okay. So what is the process of getting your movies in the cinema to show at a particular time?
It's you getting your movie, try to get to 1 or 2 distributors or the cinema directly. Well, probably maybe 3-4 months, depending on the content they have at a particular time. So there are times whereby you don't have much movies showing in cinemas, and then when you come up with you need a date or something, you just get it within a twinkle of an eye. But there are times whereby the whole thing is just jam-packed, and then you have to review which movie is showing. Is this the right time for my movie to be coming out and all?
So you can't say, okay, I want to release my movie in December, and then you're trying to process it in December. Does it work that way?
No.
Exactly. But how do you know that was the case with Genevieve?
Exactly. That was the one.
You can't want to have your film in December, and then you want to send preview copies or content to cinemas to preview to give you a date in December.
Do you think as Genevieve she would not know that kind of information?
Irrespective of who you are, but I think that, like I said, time frame is very important. You give it room to breathe, so that you get things done right in the proper way. But you can't want to have your movie showed in December, and then you want the content to be with the cinemas, and then they just hasten things up. No, it doesn't.
Because
I don't think it doesn't
works like that. Yeah, I totally understand that. But at the end of the day, we don't even know what Genevieve.
I mean,
the actors are not knowing the real thing. One needs to be very careful about the way you.
They didn't say that. No, they said it. They said
Genevieve 3 months late. But they didn't give you a date.
3 months late.
They didn't tell you it's December. They just told you 3 months late. So you need to quote them right.
So let's
and then
what are you calculating?
Let's forget about the time. No, let me try and remind you, because at the end of the day, they didn't even talk about the time until when Genevieve had already said, that this is what is going on.
To support themselves.
That's what I'm saying. They're making excuses.
Okay, now I'm going to go back to your production outlet, Amzador. Whenever you need to get your movie out there and you need to get it shown at FilmOne cinema, which they do not have a stake in because it's your production company, and they're also a production company who make their own movies, is there a partnership that you have to come in terms with? Like, there has to be an agreement that, okay, it's not your production, but we want it to show at your cinema. Are there things like that? Because FilmOne is saying they don't have a stake in this, and they have other movies that are supposed to be shown in December that they have a stake in. Are they wrong by saying that?
Okay, FilmOne did not say what you just said.
They did!
That is a Genevieve accusation. They did not say they didn't have a stake in it. They can't even say that because that is wrong.
Well, but that was
so
what Genevieve said.
I've had situations whereby I take my movie to FilmOne. To FilmOne for them to preview that, okay, give me a date, my movie is going on in cinema, and then due to 1 or 2 things, in which I also, as a producer, I'm able to reason with, the movie couldn't fly. And I don't think, aside the fact that they want to show movies, they are into business as well. And they'll put a whole lot of things into consideration before, in respect of that, I still don't think that good movies by producers shouldn't be allowed to be shown. Okay, we have some cases whereby some cinemas will say, oh, this is a local speaking language. And then they tell you this cannot fly because, for you to get people to come watch, you know, they might not get their revenue back at the end of the day.
Okay.
I wouldn't say they should invest in. You understand what I'm saying? No? So it's varies.
Okay, so tea time. This is not our normal argument tea time. So let's still talk about you. Our time is almost gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your personal life. You don't talk much about it, but you talk much about relationship and how it's not compulsory to get married. And recently, you admitted to having a better half. So, who is this better half?
And then you also say sex helps boost a woman's confidence. So tell us, elaborate on that too while you're answering that.
Okay, first and foremost on that, you said I really don't talk about my private life. So since you know that, you should know that question.
Well, you gave us a hint, so we are hoping that the hint, you're getting to the point where you want to talk
just
about
like
it.
you just said, I am, okay, let me buttress what you just said. It's fine, I'm engaged, and I'll be married, I'll be getting married very soon, and I don't really like to put out my private life in social media and all that. You might get an hint, but it's not like me putting everything out there. I'm a public figure, and I want to believe that I should be able to kind of have some private life that differs from what everybody...
Okay,
So sex?
To what effect?
Yeah, sex is good. If
that's the answer you want.
To boost a woman's confidence, I need to know.
when you have a good sex as a woman, yes, it does boost your confidence.
So if you had woken up this smart, just...
We're
Do you
running
know
out
how
of
it
time,
is when
guys.
you kind of, when you're hungry and then you get to have that meal you so desire at the right time? You know,
Cooked
everything
properly.
just, you know, gets on points as it
All
should
right,
be.
thank you very much. Unfortunately, that's where we're going to wrap up this morning. We're back this afternoon with a brand new episode of Tea Time. Until then, a big thank you to my co-anchors, Ife and Elsie, the entire production team as well, and of course, our guests on the program, the delectable Dayo Amusa. Thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
I am talking about Tayo saying thanks for watching, and as they say goodbye, today is going to be in Italian, and I say arrivederci.